funny though. Oh my god! This is power. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Just Silk Games, and I am back. I haven't made a video in a long time. It's been about 2 months, but there's a lot of things happening. I had to get back to work. I had to get back to tattooing, but I've also decided on where I'm going with my channel. So I'm going to do baby content. Everyone knows me as the baby player, so I am going to build decks. I'm going to release lists. I'm going to talk about the strategies of playing it in the up and coming formats, what cards released mean for the game, for baby anyway. And guys, if you want to ask me any questions, I've had a lot of people been asking me questions about decks, then feel free to PM me. You guys have seen me on the Facebook. Do check me out on the Dragon Ball community page as well. And if you're new to the game, we're all here to help. We're all having fun. I will be playing in a few of the online events. It's hard for me to play in the online events because it costs me a day's work, because they do them on a Saturday, and Saturday's my busiest day. But I will be playing in a few of them. Anyway, let's talk about the deck I'm going to be talking about today, which is Blue Baby. I'm not going to lie to you. I was really excited when they announced this. I was really excited when it came out. So the day it was released, I foiled out my deck. Foiled, you know, got everything ready. I love this deck. I love the idea of it. You can be as aggressive as you want against it, and then you just clap back like, I can be just as aggressive as you, and it didn't cost me anything. I managed to negate everything. I just feel like the style of play is completely different, and I really enjoy that. So let's talk it through, and let's see what we've built. So Blue Baby on the first side is just, when you place this card, you get Planet Truffle. Planet Truffle, or Tuffle, sorry, not Truffle. Planet Tuffle allows my counter plays, counter attacks, counter negate, whatever. They all cost 1 less, not specified cost though. And that synergy really powers up the deck. The field card is important for early play, but it's not, you know, it's not the end of the world if it gets removed. Trust me, I've had games where people have been removing it straight away. So, you know, you do need to be wary of that. You do need to make sure that your plays are extendable enough for that to happen, and not for you to worry. When it attacks, draw 1 card. So you don't have to attack the leader, you can attack unisons and things like that. At 4 or less life, flip this card over, draw 2 cards. Pretty good leader. And on the other side, we have Big Blue Baby, Spirit of the Tuffles. So once per turn, he's got Overlord. Once per turn as well, you can look at the top 3 cards of the deck, add a counter, a mono blue card with counter skill on it, and then put the rest on the bottom, and then place a card on the bottom of the deck. So there's a lot of synergy with placing cards on the bottom of the deck in this archetype, and that's cool because there is a card that plays from the bottom of the deck. So, you know, there are cards that look at the bottom of the deck a lot, and you get to see and use that bottom of the deck. So it isn't too much of a hassle. Baby's flaws. The hand size, if you play, I would say if you misplay, the hand size isn't very big. But if you play correctly, the hand size can be very big, and you can keep that pressure and that power coming with the baby leader. Obviously, when he attacks, draw a card. If you know when to play things and when not to play things, I feel like you're going to have a really good time with this deck. So if we start, we have the deck core coming up. So the deck core for me is this. Now, the reason this is the deck core is because these are the main things you want to be doing with your deck. You want to get the servants out, and obviously the servants are negates. So the 2 servants, Bula is just a 1-drop servant in the deck. 15k, easy, pop it back underneath, draw a card. It's just a 15k servant. The Gohan is obviously a mini topo, so it's a lot better. And it's 25k, so it's not affected by Kuitsu. So that's a really powerful card, so do remember that. The Gohan is, you know, in some versions there's many ways to build this deck, but in some versions there's ways of recycling it. One of my old versions, I used to recycle Gohan over and over again, and I think the guy the original list was the full counter. He did that, so that's a really good way of doing it. But that's not how I play it. Then you've got, I'll go over UI in a minute. Obviously everyone knows what UI does. UI just stops all of the big boss monsters in the game basically with this deck. So other than Fu, like this kind of this UI kind of stops all the big boss monsters, which is nice. Then you have Vegeta Ready to Rumble. Now, Vegeta's Ready to Rumble is a really interesting card. It has blocker. It costs 3 in the deck. And when it comes out, if your opponent wants to attack anymore, they have to remove an energy and put it into the drop. I think that's such a powerful card because they're going to lose 1 energy. So they're going to swing at you. And even if they swing at you again, you get a blocker. So that alone is very powerful. And obviously you back yourself up with other negates. Then you have Baby the Saiyan Slayer. Probably my favorite card which has been introduced. I think I love the look of it. I love the design. I think it's an incredible design. I love the card's effect. So it's a counter. So when it counters, it just plays this card. And then a counter attack. Negate the attack, play this card. Once per turn, if your leader is a blue baby, you may look at the bottom card of your deck. If it's a mono blue with a counter skill, energy with equal or less than your current energy, other than a copy of this card, play it. Otherwise, return it to the bottom of your deck. So once you've manipulated the bottom of your deck, you then get to play the card. It's crazy. It's so dope, man. It's so dope. It's, great against many. It's just a really great card. It's got double strike as well. It costs 3 when you're using it for its counter skill, so it's just a really good card. Then you've obviously got Baby Golden Avenger. Golden Avenger's dope. Golden Avenger is not my favorite card to look at. It's cool, but it's not my favorite. As I said, Saiyan Slayer is, but it's definitely third. I think third in the rank. So Baby Golden Avenger is a counter, which negates the counter. A counter play as well. So you play this card, negate the play of the card. Then you also get to put with the Golden Avenger. So negate the counter play. Also, you get to put 1 if it's 7 or less. Go straight to the bottom of the deck. And then you get to put another card on with its auto skill at the bottom of the deck. So very powerful card. Very powerful card. Golden Avenger is really good. And as I said, most of the time you're using the bottom card of your deck to play it with Saiyan Slayer. If you're going to go for game, or if you got it in hand, you go for that double strike swing. And then if they negate it, you go Saiyan Golden Avenger. It's dope. Crazy dope. But I still think the second best looking card in this is the Baby Hatchak. The Baby Hatchak. Turn ending. Really good secret rare. For the people that said this secret rare isn't very good, I don't understand why you think it's not very good. It shuts off a turn. It ends the turn there and then. It costs 1 card in your hand. It's free. It just ends a turn. 3 energy. Bang, bang. Your turn's over. What are you going to do? If you've already built up a massive board presence, or for example, you've played a Unison, then it ends their turn. Brilliant. So you've tapped out. Oh, they can go for a game? No, they can't. I've got Baby. Cool. It's got the added thing of if it's removed from the battle area, it's removed from the game completely. But we get over that. So all in all, that's the deck core. Now the deck core, as I said, these are just because I feel like these are cards that you have to be playing in the deck. Like that's why I classed them as the deck core. Then obviously we're going to go on to the deck protection. You know the way I like to do these things. Now the deck protection is a bit different. It's massive in this deck. Obviously, it's so big. I'm actually. It's crazy. So we have the Unison. I'm only playing 2 of it. The Unison is the SS4. Where is it? Let me have a look. SS4 Son Goku, Protector of the Earth. This card's dope. It really is good. It's a tap 5, so if you've got Baby Hatchak or Dimension Magic in your hand, you're ready. But it tap 5, and then you can either draw 2 cards, put 1 at the bottom of your deck, or choose all your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, return them to their hand. Very powerful card. So you've got this. When you play it, immediately its effect goes into play. So its effect is your opponent can't attack for the next turn unless they remove a battle card with an energy cost of 2 or more. Place it at the bottom of their own's deck, so they can't attack without. So you're protecting yourself. You get 15k body. You're going to get to draw cards. Obviously, costing 5, you're going to activate your Trunks counterplays, which you've seen, which obviously only costs 4 in this deck. Just a little nice little. Planet Tuffle is on this section because he is your protection. At the end of the day, the Planet Tuffle does make everything cost a lot less. So I'd put it in this section, but obviously it's a core. Now, 4D Magic, 4 Revenge of Big Bang Attack. Now, I see a lot of people debating whether to go 3 of the Dimension Magic and 4 of Revenge. Revenge amazing, so's Dimension Magic. Play 4 of both. Like, play 4 of both. Kuyutsu's a thing in the game at the moment. It didn't get banned, so 4 of both. When your opponent, keep them in your hand. You've got the Broly, Red Broly. You've got Son. You've got Gohan, Reboot Leader. You've got all of these things that are going to be smashing out loads of attacks. Keep them. These guys don't cost anything. They're free. You can use Dimension Magic when you're tapped out and you've got enough in the drop. Revenge Bang Attack draws a card, replaces itself. I don't understand why this is a thing. Like why should I only play 3? Play 4 of both. It's perfect. Then you've got Mecha Orb. I'm playing 4 Mecha Orbs and 3 Baby Body Snatchers. Mech Orbs is more powerful. I don't play as many Servants as some, so I don't need as many Body Snatchers. It's a good negate, but it's not that needed. It sometimes becomes my charge fodder. I'm not going to lie. There's Body Snatcher is something I love it, but for another deck that I'm going to talk about another time. Trust me, there's lots of baby decks coming. I have so many ideas of babies. So, as I said, Baby Body Snatcher is not my favourite, but then we're going to go on to Diabolic. Diabolic Parasite's really powerful, especially against Broly Swap. Obviously, if they swap, it's tap 2, untap 1, place it at the bottom of their deck. If they don't, you've still stopped that swap chain, so they still have to do it again. It's really powerful. It's a great card. I'm playing 2 hit. Arguably, I actually think I'm only playing 3 Diabolic. I don't know why it says 4 there. Let me just check. It might be wrong. If it's wrong, I apologise. I am, in fact, only playing 3 Diabolic. I don't know why that says 4, but I'm only playing 3. So that's wrong. Well, you can listen to the video, and then if you've watched and listened, But there's room there maybe to play 3 Diabolic 3 hit, but 3-2 has worked really well for me. I don't find hit as useful as Diabolic against some things. Against others it's more useful. There it is. Then you've got the Tournament Pack Trunks. Now Trunks, not Tournament Pack, sorry. He's not Tournament Pack. He is the SS Trunks, isn't he? God Sealing Technique. He's amazing. He costs 4 in this deck, as I said. But also he stops Fu Shrouded in Mystery. It's like the only card in the deck that stops Fu Shrouded in Mystery, because it gets it before it's even being played. So just remember that you will need that card. Fu Shrouded in Mystery is horrible against this deck. It's the only time I've lost to Gotenks so far is playing against that and someone top deck Fu Shrouded in Mystery. I was prepared and I misplayed in the game as well. So but he's a great player anyway, so it would have gone either way. I shouldn't have really misplayed. It was my own fault. Super combos, playing 2 of the Vegeta, 2 of the Zamasu. Zamasu's amazing, Vegeta's amazing. They're both great. Play 2-2. Cool. I think the protection part's pretty self-explanatory, so I'm not going to go over that too much. And now we're going to go into the deck tech. These are like these little techs that I've kind of put in myself. So 1 Fu Shrouded in Mystery, 1 Secret Identity Master Saiyan. I rarely use Master Identity, and I've only used Fu a couple of times. 2 Android 17 Turning Tide. A lot of the time I do side that out now. Because if they play the Jiren counterplay, their Turning the Tide becomes useless. But let's talk about my favourite tech in the deck. A lot of people, I don't know why people aren't playing this. Janemba Raging Incarnation of Evil. Tap 4, deflect, so it can't be touched. And then untap 3, draw a card. Replaces itself and has crit. It's incredible. More people need to be playing this card. I don't need to talk about it too much because more people need to be playing this card. It is unreal. Simple. And then 2 Saiyan Apes. The Saiyan Apes, if you get a chance, drop them, draw 2. You don't use your energy too much, so drop them and draw 2. Let's talk about the draft box. So this is my deck. I've done really well. I've had really good results on it. I've been talking with some of the fellow players in DBZ a lot about this. A guy called Josh Knox, big up. He's dope. We've been chatting and I've been giving my ideas on the baby build. I know he's been talking to Sandy as well, but we both had different views on what the deck needed and stuff like that. And this is what I came up with, and I've had really good results testing. Now, coming up to draft box, here's some things that you are going to need to think about for draft box. That 1 drop does hurt, baby. It didn't need to ever come out. That 1 drop was never needed to be for every color. Blue didn't need to be hit like this. I've never been a blue player myself. Blue's never been that strong. But the strongest blue ever was, I believe, would be Janimba. And, you know, they didn't really touch Janimba. And then now suddenly they're like, oh yeah, blue needs to be hit. So these are some cards I think will be really useful when Draft Box comes out. So I thought I'd drop them in there, let you guys know. So here we go. So we've got 3-star Dragon Ball. It's tap 1, draw a card, so you get a replacement. Tap 1, draw a card, and then one of your battle cards is allowed to attack a card in active mode. So it allows you to attack the 1-drops directly, so you don't have to worry about untapping because you can kill it. Sorry. Oh. Then you've got Intersecting Fates. Intersecting Fates is just a nice card. Tap 1, look at the top 2 cards, add a mono blue. If you added a mono blue, add 1 card among them. And then switch one of your mono blue energy to active. It's just really good. It's a free look at the top 2. It just replaces itself. So it's quite a nice card to look at. Senzubine's going to be nice to add to if you need to get around stuff. Then you've got Final Hope Slash, which, you know, if you play it early enough, bounce the 1, drop back, and then you can counterplay it before it comes on board and becomes a problem. TN, this is one I found. You just, you know, you can drop 2 blue extra cards from your hand, place them in the drop, and then just minus it by 20k. It hasn't got deflect, but it doesn't cost anything other than 2 extra cards. So if you play incorrectly, you know, you might be able to use this. It was just something I thought of, and then some of the other players thought of this combo. So changing your super combo to the blue-green, so you get hand destruction. Then you can play this card, Arrival, play the Piccolo, but it's a lot of cards to add into your deck. And then once you've played the Piccolo, you can KO it and drop 2 cards from the deck. Anyway, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe, like, comment, let me know. And yeah, I'm back. Babyscorner's back. Guys, as per usual, stay safe. Peace.